Rahim Rabbi shrah li sadri yassir li amri wahlul 'uqdatam min lisani yafqahu qawli. Okay, right. So let's start with the story of Hazrat Adam alayhi salam. Okay, uh, and obviously the image is there. Maybe later on you could relate this image. Okay, so in terms of the story of Hazrat Adam alayhi salam. Okay, so I thought it's better to write if someone doesn't know alayhi salam. Okay, alayhi salam. This is how we write it in Arabic, and it means peace be upon him. Okay, so just to make it, simpler. And another thing that I would like to mention is the Adam. The meaning of word Adam. It is taken from Hebrew word. Okay, I think it is derived from Hebrew word which is Adama, something like that. So that's the word from which this Adam is derived, and which means earth, ground. Okay, so that's the meaning of Adam. Okay, and another thing that we have put here, because you see here, peace be upon him, or sometime in short we write it PBUMH, PBUH, or we write it as Assalam. So basically it is in the respect of those prophets. Uh, so it is just in the respect of the prophets, because of their special status that Allah has given them, and we always, when we say their name, we ask Allah's mercy or blessing upon them. So this is why we put it, in case if you don't know. Okay, so right. So the story of Adam alayhi salam, the father of humanity, and the first prophet, and the first human being basically on this earth, was Hazrat Adam alayhi salam. Okay. So, and it is one of the most detailed and repetitive narrative in the Quran, the story of Hazrat Adam alayhi salam. We will see it as we are going to see it today or in the later slides. Okay. Uh, what it teaches us about human nature, the mercy of Allah, the reality of shaitan, and the purpose of our existence on this earth. So that's what we will see in the story of this. This is story that we see, story of Hazrat Adam alayhi salam. Okay, and then in Quran, the story of Adam alayhi salam is mentioned in number of surahs and number of places. Okay, each time highlighting a different lesson. So different lessons are obviously taken, and we will see there. One more thing that I would like to say, I have brought in here some Quranic verses. Okay, so and I have put the full Quranic verse, but in order to relate it, I have highlighted it, what we would like, what lessons we would like to take it, because there may be some other things which are given in the Quranic ayat or hadith, but we would like to focus on obviously the story of Adam alayhi salam and the context that we are considering it. So that's what I thought like it's good to mention in the beginning, because I have put the full ayat rather than just bringing the small part of the ayat. So I think it's good to have that full ayat, and maybe that could develop your interest that you would like to read more about that ayat. So you get it. But as I said, like I have highlighted it or underlined it, whatever the context we are considering. Okay, so the first thing is about the story of Hazrat Adam alayhi salam is the Allah's divine intention, or Allah's intention to create Adam alayhi salam. So Allah had the intention to create Hazrat Adam alayhi salam. Okay, so and as you see here in the in Surah Baqarah, which is Surah number 2, ayat number 13, and obviously Kashif has already covered it. وَإِذْ قَالَ رَبُّكَ الْمَلَائِكَةُ إِنِّي جَاعِلٌ فِي الْأَرْضِ خَلِيفَةً قالوا تجعل فيها من يفسد فيها ويفسك الدماء ونحن نسبح بحمدك ونصدق
ونقدس
ونقدس لك قال إني أعلم ما لا يعلمون. So that's the
ما
ayah.
لا تعلمون يعلمون.
Sorry, ما لا تعلمون. Maybe next time I'll put more bigger font.
Yeah.
Okay, right. So and we'll have, yes, the translation will also see. So this is the Urdu translation, but English translation will come later on, because that I have broken down into the different, I mean, the same ayat, but in different parts. So you will see that. So let's read इन उर्दू। और वो वक्त याद करने के काबिल है जब तुम्हारे परवरदिगार ने फरिश्तों से फरमाया कि मैं ज़मीन पर अपना नाइब बनाने वाला हूँ। So basically, that's the thing that the Allah had intention to create Hazrat Adam alayhi salam. So that's where you see, that intention that Allah said that uh, uh, I mean, you'll see it later in the slide that he had the intention that he announced his divine plan to the angel that he's going to create his successor, caretaker on the earth, Khalifa. Okay, so that's what Allah had the intention. So, and one of the things that you see Hazrat, about Hazrat Adam alayhi salam, or in general human, because Adam alayhi salam was a human being. So you see the human beings are the successor of Allah in earth. Okay, so it's kind of like we have got some of the things, or some of the properties Allah has given to us. Okay, in order to, because we are the successor, because when you are successor of someone, so what you have, you inherit some of the things uh, from your the one who has succeeded you, what we call it, इसी तरह का इंग्लिश में जो पहले से आपके पास आ रहे हैं. So that's what, like, it's a very important thing that we are successor, khalifa, uh, of Allah on this earth. Okay, so, and obviously you have seen already that the angel asked, not out of objection but seeking wisdom. What they asked, you have already seen the ayat, but this is the English translation. Will you place someone who will cause corruption and shed blood while we glorify your praise? That we keep praising you, but someone who are going to make your successor, they will do corruption, they will shed blood. So I mean, they just wanted to know for their wisdom. The angel asked. So what Allah replied, I know what you don't know. So basically, Allah Ta'ala said, मैं वो बातें जानता हूँ जो तुम नहीं जानते. So that we have already covered, and few things obviously Gibran has also covered. So you will see, but obviously we are seeing it as a story. So we are going to kind of repeat them. Then there is, I mean, because my focus is on this, the intention to create Adam alayhi salam. Okay, so as you see here, so there was an intention that Allah announced his divine plan that I'm going to place a Khalifa, successor, caretaker on the earth. Okay, so that was one of the thing, and then we'll make it in the story, as you said, seeing that what angel asked, and then what Allah has replied. Okay, then there is another ayat here from Surah Al-Hijr, which is Surah number 15, ayat number 28, and it says, وَإِذْ قَالَ رَبُّكَ الْمَلَائِكَةِ إِنِّي خَالِقٌ بَشَرًا مِنْ صِلْصَالٍ مِنْ حَمَائِمْ مَسْنُونٍ. Okay, so what it says, behold, thy Lord said to the angels, I am about to create a man from sounding clay, from mud molded into shape. So that's what the meaning is, and that's what the Urdu meaning of this one is. Okay, so uh, let's bring it here as well. So what this ayat says, that I'm about to create a man. So that's what Allah said, or human being. uh, एक बशर बनाने वाला हूँ, एक ह्यूमन बीइंग बनाने वाला हूँ. That's what Allah said. Okay, and that human being is being created from sounding clay, from mud molded into shape. Okay, so that sounding clay is basically, it's a and that clay that is called silsar. This is salsar, or yes, salsar. So that is the clay. Okay, so so and it's a Quranic metaphor. Basically, first we see what salsar is. So like when you have a clay and when it is dried, so if you like beat it, so it will make a specific sound. जैसे मटके पे आपको करें तो यू इट मेक्स साउंड. क्या कहते हैं मटके को इंग्लिश में? ये तो उर्दू में. Pitcher. Okay, so if you make the pitcher made of sand, so if you tap it, so you will see a different sound. So that's what you know uh, like this is how Allah has created. So basically, this sounding clay is a Quranic metaphor which shows the physical weakness of human being, because how like it's just mud, so it can be broken. Okay, so and also it's the divine artistry that how Allah has created human being. So, what does it show? So it is about the creation, the intention of to create Adam alayhi salam. So that's what we have seen two ayat and some kind of context, that what Angel asked and what Allah replied, and then there is another ayat that we have seen, and how Allah has created, like from sounding clay, mud molded into the shape. So basically, what all does show that Allah's wisdom uh, tra- transcends human being, is beyond the limit of human understanding and evaluation. Okay, and humans have the potential for great good despite their weaknesses. Okay, so how is it? Hmm? How is it? Because they are the successor caretaker of Al Khalifa of Allah. So obviously, Allah has given His properties into in some of His properties into His successor. Okay, so that's why we say that uh, that humans have potential for great despite their weaknesses. Though, like we say, like human is created from mud, but we have those because of we are success of Allah, so we have those properties as well. Okay, so yes, please. That's what I mentioned there. If you got a picture of made of sand, if you go back home, तो वहां पे आप अपने डैडी से कहिएगा कोई वो मटका दिखाए और उसको उसको टैप भी करे. इंडिया है हमारे पास, उसको मैं खरीदा के दिखाऊं. So, but like if you have seen like how the sand pots are made. So the clay, how dirty it is. Your hands get dirty and it's black, and then you have to craft it something like that in order to make into a certain pot. So that's what Allah has created human. It's just a kind of give you an idea that because human is created from, as Allah says, from sounding clay. Okay, so that sort of clay, right? So this is the first theme that we say there was an intention. Allah already had the divine intention to create Adam alayhi salam. Okay, any other question, Aman? Are you okay with this? Oh, yeah. Okay, that's great. It's a good question, but that yes, just to show the the weakness of human being. Yeah, because human being is the one who is made from clay. जो जैसे जिन है, they are made from fire. So I mean, obviously, fire is as compared to sand is, it can disturb or it can destroy. Yeah, it's more powerful. So human is weak in that sense. So I mean, that's why I mean one of the lesson is that I mean how weak we are. So we shouldn't be arrogant, and we should be humble. That's kind of lesson that can also come from this. So do we want to see another, because then there are further things into it. So I think should we stop here? इसमें तो अभी चलेगी स्टोरी. हाँ. सस्टेनेबिलिटी के हवाले से भी ये बड़ा अच्छा है कि मिट्टी से बना तो मिट्टी में जल्दी अब्जॉर्ब हो जाता है. ये सस्टेनेबल मटेरियल है हमारा. बिल्कुल, वो आजकल हम लोग में ना ये बात करते हैं फ्रॉम वेस्ट टू वेल्थ. जी. ये वही है कि अच्छा, एक क्वेश्चन मेरे माइंड में आ रहा है. आई एम नॉट श्योर आई शुड आस्क और नॉट. नहीं आप पूछे. बट अगेन, नो क्वेश्चन इज अ स्टूपिड क्वेश्चन. यस. यहाँ पे अर्थ का जिक्र किया गया है. ठीक है, तो अब जब हम इस यूनिवर्स को देखते हैं कि यूनिवर्स इज एक्सट्रीमली वास्ट, तो जो अर्थ का वर्ड है यहाँ पे स्पेसिफिकली अर्थ के लिए यूज हुआ है, या आई मीन कि यहाँ पे मतलब किसी और यूनिवर्स में कोई और जगह जहाँ पे लाइफ possible. I mean, the Quranic ayat is already there, so this is the translation of that. So maybe you can earth. Yeah, it says. Yeah, it says yeah. So
इवन जो वर्ड इंग्लिश अर्थ है ना, that came from this word
नहीं,
earth.
वो मैं समझ गया, बट व्हाट आई
So
एम ट्राइंग टू आस्क इज के अब जैसे आजकल जो बात हो रही है ना कि लाइफ जो है ना वो इट्स इट्स पॉसिबल कि किसी और जगह भी लाइफ हो सकती है, क्योंकि यूनिवर्स इज एक्सट्रीमली वास्ट, इज हाईली अनलाइकली कि कहीं और लाइफ ना हो। तो मैं उससे उस कॉन्टेक्स्ट पे एक क्वेश्चन था कि ये अर्थ का जो है ये क्या स्पेसिफिकली इस अर्थ के बारे में है, या इट कैन बी एनी अदर प्लेस इन द
My
यूनिवर्स?
understanding is this.
जब ये लफ्ज अर्थ है,
Hmm.
तो we should take it as an earth.
तो इसका फिर ये भी मतलब हुआ कि जो लाइफ है वो अर्थ पे ही पॉसिबल होगी।
नहीं, इसका मतलब ये है कि अल्लाह ने अल्लाह ने when your Lord said to angels, I'm going to have a successor on earth. That is what it means.
Hmm.
It does not tell you that there is no sustained life in somewhere else.
Hmm.
I don't know. ये निगेट तो नहीं कर रहा,
Hmm.
ये तो एक
लेकिन
बता रहा है कि ये अल्लाह ने कहा।
लेकिन ये बता ये रहा है कि ये एक स्पेसिफिक प्लैनेट है जिसके ऊपर लाइफ है।
हाँ, ये अर्थ जो ये
हाँ,
प्लेनेट
ये
है,
But Allah has sent all His prophets on this earth, so that's what He did. But obviously, further can be explored, and that's what Allah. That's why I mean we are weak, but at the same time we have the potential for great,
मतलब
great
ये
things.
भी हो सकता है, ये मतलब इंसानी सोच है ना, वो गलत भी हो सकती है।
Hmm.
ये हो सकता है कि अल्लाह ने और भी कोई यूनिवर्स हो, उनके लिए अपना निज़ाम चलाया हो। मैं तो नहीं इस बात का
ये भी चीज है कि वो जो है ना इस पे अगर इस पे लिखा है दी अर्थ, और अगर ऐसे एक बस लिखते हैं ऑन अर्थ, क्योंकि बस एक
ये
ही
बहुत
प्लैनेट
अच्छा
है,
पॉइंट,
लेकिन जो दी अर्थ है
वेरी
इसका
गुड,
मतलब है सिर्फ एक का।
Yes, very
Hmm.
good.
दैट्स वेरी
Yeah,
गुड।
because it says Al Ard.
So Allah, this is the earth.
This is a
Very good point of view.
Yeah, very good. So I think
nice of the